What's up, YouTube? My name is Griff, and I am a multi-million-dollar seller on Amazon. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. But so in this video, what I want to do is I want to talk about why I started e-commerce in the first place, where I messed up, what I'm doing now, and where I plan on going. Okay, awesome. So, but before we get started, if this kind of content interests you, if you get some value out of this video, please feel free to drop a like. Put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and it kind of lets me know what you guys want to see. So this video is for those who are maybe thinking about getting into e-commerce. Maybe you want to get into retail arbitrage, or maybe Amazon FBA. Or if you're thinking about any of that, this video is for you, okay? So first off, why did I get started in the first place with e-commerce? Well, it's the same reason, I guess. Everybody gets into it, right? You got the Lambos, the fancy cars, the trips, the trips to Vegas, the beaches, right? Everybody wants that. So that's the reason in the first place I got into it. I thought, oh man, I got some extra cash laying around. So why not spend it building a business? That way I can, spend more money. So that was kind of my motivation in the beginning. I don't know what yours is. Hopefully it's different than that, because that's really not what it's all about. So, and this is the crazy part. So this is how I got started, right? One of my cousins, he says, hey, let's go to this conference. It's all about business. And he didn't say specifically what it was about, what type of business, what we'll be doing in it. He just said one is for business and the other one's for real estate. Now, this particular business was for someone who's very well known. You would know this person if I told you their name, but just to suffice it to say, this person, he's on a show where they review businesses and decide if they want to invest or not. Okay, I'll leave it there. I don't know if I'm supposed to say his name or not. Who cares? All right. So anyway, we get there, and of course it's in a hotel lobby where they got people huddled up in a line, signing their name in, if you have like a reservation and whatnot. And of course they got coffee. They got like a line of coffee, and they got cookies, right? And while everybody's waiting for the speaker to come up, and it's supposed to be a 3-day conference, right? So I'm ready for that. I've never been to anything like this before. It's my first time, so I'm kind of excited and kind of reticent at the same time. Finally, the speaker shows up, and he's like this likable guy. He gets up there, he starts asking questions. He's calling out people, hey, nice sweater, right? You know how they do, to try to be more personable, right? So he's saying all these things like, hey, this is going to be a great opportunity. So one of the first things he asked us is, how much do you want to make? How much do you want to make? Take all of your expenses, like your rent, right? Your mortgage, if you have that, your car, your insurance, college tuition, just everything you got, right? So we spent probably about 15 minutes writing everything we wanted to spend money on. And he says, okay, now times that by 3, because you don't know where your money is going to come from, where it's going to go. So we times it by 3. I think I came up to like $30,000. So I was like, yeah, $30,000. Let's go. So then he says, all right, what if I told you you can make that and even more, right? And instantly I'm hooked. So guess what it is? You probably already know. If you already know what it was in the beginning, then congratulations, you win the game. It was, of course, Amazon FBA. So he goes over the whole thing. He's like, all you got to do is find these products here, sell them here, boom, right? So I'm sold. 3 days, they're feeding coffee and there's cookies, and they're hyping us up, right? And then they let us talk to each other and discuss what's going on. Then, of course, we speak to a representative where they give us the number one package, the cheapest package, number two package, which is the one they really want you to buy, and then the third one, which is the most expensive one, which they don't really expect anybody to buy, but if they do, the more the merrier, right? For the middle one, so they promise like they're gonna get you a mentor, they're gonna get you a social media guy, somebody to help you out with sourcing, and the whole nine, right? It's the white glove experience, I think is what it was called. Oh man, leave it in the comments below if you've been to this thing. Let me know. So of course I go for the middle one, which I think was about $15,000 US. So $15,000 US. They say, you know, you're gonna get that back within a few months. It's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be like sliding into home base with nobody to get you out. So that was a terrible analogy. I don't know anything about baseball. Why did I say that? Next. So so we're sitting down, we're hashing out what we're gonna do next, and I buy the program. Oh man, stay tuned. Stay tuned for the next part. Let me tell you what was actually valuable in here. There was one thing that was valuable out of this whole thing, and I wish I would have done something this differently. Stay tuned. In the meantime, tell me, I actually want to know if you guys have run into any like sales conferences like this. If you have, leave them in the description below. Let us know how they went for you. Maybe you had a better experience than I did, who knows? Okay, so now let's talk about what I actually got out of the program that was valuable. The mentor, that was it. This guy gave me some really good pointers about where to get my products from, what I should do, how much I should spend. He was probably the best part of the whole thing. The worst, everything else is bad. The social media guy, he was late. The sourcing guy, I don't even know if I had a call with him or if I did, it was late, or I don't know. It was a really bad experience altogether, and it wasn't worth the 15 grand for just one mentor. But to their credit, I wasn't in the right mind state, right? I thought everything was supposed to be handed to me. I mean, you spend that kind of money, why not, right? But still, there was a lot of work that I didn't do that I should have done. And we're gonna talk more about that in the future videos. So of course, by this time, I'm devastated, right? I'm just like, I spent all this money and all this time. And this actually happened back in 2018, I believe it was. And I've just been kind of studying this stuff on and off, been a little bit reticent, scared about pulling the trigger. And I'm just like, man, if I don't want to put money into something that I know is just gonna fail. So I, for a while, took a back seat, and let me know if that's you, man. Maybe that's you. If that is you, you're in the right place, okay? Because I want to tell you what I'm doing now. What I'm doing now is retail arbitrage. And all that is, if you don't know, you've probably heard of it, but if you haven't, all it is you find a product in a store, maybe even at a garage sale, and I'm doing it on Amazon right now, and you take that and you just sell it on Amazon, right, for a profit. So for instance, if you find something for $5, you can sell it for 20. Amazon takes his cut, you collect the rest, right? That's a simplified version of it. It gets a whole lot more complicated, but I will go through it once we go through the video. Or actually, not once we go through the video, I'll be doing it in future videos. This video is already long enough. So you might be wondering, why am I qualified to talk about retail arbitrage? And you would be right. So far, these are my numbers. I'm gonna put them right here. If I know how to edit correctly, I'm gonna just put them right there. And so this is what I'm doing so far. This represents, this just represents sales, revenue. This is not profit. This is this doesn't even include the product cost. This is just what they were sold for. Once they buy it, your customer buys it on Amazon, it shows that full number. Okay, so this is just sales revenue. It's not what I actually put in my pocket. I wish it was though. So for my future videos, what I want to talk about is why I'm doing this, because I don't want to just be doing retail arbitrage. Now, this is something that's good for on the side. But what I'm doing right now is I'm building up enough capital so that way I can buy a pretty large shipment. That way I can buy a large shipment with Amazon. No, not with Amazon, with ship it to Amazon and do Amazon FBA. There's a lot more potential for scaling there. You don't have to go out to stores. With Amazon FBA, I believe myself that it's almost unlimited what you can do there. So for more about this, if you want somebody who's actually more experienced, I recommend getting Nikki Kirk's guide on toys, ungating, typical ungating. That's where I got my guide from. That's where I was able to do the numbers I'm doing now. If you really want to know a little bit more about it, I would suggest going there. The Facebook group is pretty invaluable. I really love it. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description, so that way you can just go there and check it out. Actually, I recommend checking out her channel first, learning a lot about retail arbitrage. If that's something you want to do. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you stuck around this far, I hope you got some value out of it. And I hope you stick around to see what's coming up next. All right, we'll see you on the next one. If you like the video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe, all that good stuff everybody always says. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Peace. I'm going to be experimenting. Here we go again.